Hey everybody, it's Party Elite with another episode of Total Breakdown. This is the fourth battle in a best of 5 between Ondjage and TlaxtlanSoothsayer as they face off in the finals of the For the Dark Gods tournament hosted by Corn's Champion on Twitch. A link to his channel is in the video description below, so if you'd like to check him out, follow that link below. Keep in mind, this is the 4th battle in the series, and it's the second one I've uploaded today, so make sure you've seen battle number 3 before you watch this one because, well, spoilers otherwise. Now in this battle, Ondjage leads his Greenskins to battle against TlaxtlanSoothsayer's Wood Elves, and the series is currently at 2-1 to Ondjage. An Orc War Boss leads the Greenskins to the field with Foe Seeker, a potion of Foolhardiness, a potion of Toughness, Stand Your Ground, and Wah. A Night Goblin Shaman with Sneaky Stealin' and Itchy Nuisance accompanies him, alongside to 8 Peak Loonies, 3 units of Orc Biggins, 1 ranked up to rank 1, and 2 units of Savage Orc Biggins. Between armor-free heavy hitters with Frenzy and armored but middling troops, these guys are all anti-large outside of the 8 Peak Loonies, who add poison into the equation instead. 2 units of Savage Orc Error Boys provide range support alongside the Rusty Errors, who bring in some armor-sundering capabilities. Then we've got the Arachnarok Queen, who could shut down ranged units easily using Spider Hatchlings alongside the ranged fire from the Doomdiver Catapults. It looks like an army that was very much ready for a tree-heavy opposition, supported by a ranged contingent and perhaps a few wild riders. And the Wood Elves did oblige. Durthu leads the army with Blessing of the Ancients, Foe Seeker, and Sword of Daith. A Spellsinger follows with Earthblood, while 2 units of Deepwood Scouts, 1 ranked up to rank 1, will provide some ranged support. 6 units of Wild Riders are able to get charges into the enemy from multiple directions, potentially causing panic and poor control as a result, while the 2 units of Treekin probably hope to hold the enemy units in place for those incoming rear and side charges. Alright, as always, we're going to start with the conversation about deployment, and as you can see, the Wood Elves trying something very interesting here, but we are going to start with a conversation about the Greenskins. Of course, we have a pretty standard deployment here, nothing too fancy. The front line consists of these Orc Biggins and the Savage Orc Biggins, alternating between frenzied and unfrenzied, armored and unarmored, but either way, they are all anti-large. And then over here on the right flank, the 8 Peak Loonies, providing a little bit of support in the form of that extra poison damage. Right behind them, we have the Savage Orc Error Boys, as well as the Rusty Errors, here not only to provide some range support to the Greenskins, but also to harass me. I'm pretty sure I've got the pronunciation this time. Error Boys? Let me know. I swear to God, I'm trying. We also have the Orc War Boss and the Night Goblin Shaman. Night Goblin Shaman tucked away in the woods despite having stock, staying extra hidden, I suppose, protecting from ranged fire. We have the Doomdiver Catapults back here, opening shots off right away, and the Arachnarok Queen poking forward, perhaps a little curious, trying to figure out what's going on, maybe gain some line of sight in case that's what the trouble is, because the Wood Elf deployment would definitely raise a few eyebrows. Now, Durthu is over here, and currently Durthu is the only thing that's visible to the Greenskins. We have the Spellsinger of Life, soon to be revealed, poking out of the trees back here, and the 2 units of Treekin as well, hidden in the woods here, poking out. Maybe the intent here was to imply that the Wood Elves were hiding in the woods here, but these guys are sneaking forward. Maybe it was just some mind games going on, but that is all that's deployed over there, and the rest of the Wood Elf army is actually back here, taking full advantage of Vanguard deployment. We've got the 2 units of Wild Riders here, and an additional 4 units of Wild Riders here, alongside the 2 units of Deepwood Scouts, just sort of clumped in together, hiding in those trees, hoping for an opportunity to get into the Greenskin lines from the rear, hoping to shut down the Doomdiver Catapults and these ranged units as well, of course. Now, the Arachnarok Queen poking forward, trying to get a view here. Meanwhile, the Doomdiver Catapults getting some early shots into Durthu, doing very little damage, but there isn't really much for those ranged units to target, for the artillery to target right now. So now targeting the Treekin instead. Pretty good target. These guys will last for a while in melee because of their extremely high melee defense, or their relatively high melee defense, I should say. So might as well get some damage in early on. There isn't much else that the Doomdiver Catapults can target right now. And you'll see the Orc War Boss and the Arachnarok Queen kind of poked out, took a look, saw if maybe it was because of viewing angles or something, that something was hidden somewhere, but noticed that there was nothing else, so immediately start pulling back. And at this point, I feel like the Greenskins have a good idea of what's going on, because you'll see the Arachnarok Queen pulls all the way back. So I think they're pretty certain, they've got their the spidey sense tingling right now, they're pretty certain that there's something happening over here. The Arachnarok Queen waiting, prepared for anything to pop out of those trees there, and meanwhile these guys, all they can really do is aim forward, and try and get some shots off. You'll see, not too much damage being done here, but nothing else to target, really. And as the Arachnoid Queen is ordered to poke forward, you'll see the Wood Elf army back here does push forward. So these guys are now charging in, hoping to get into the rears of, again, these Doomdiver Catapults or these Savage Orc Arrow Boys. Now, it would have been a better idea to actually keep these guys hidden for a little bit longer. It would have been much better to wait until the front lines actually clashed, because at that point the Greenskins may have made some mistakes. For example, even if, let's say 2 units were engaged by these Treekin, a couple of them may be sent around to envelop and to encircle, and that would actually leave the rears wide open. More so than they are right now, because right now the cards have been revealed, and so you'll see the Greenskins are responding. We've got 3 units of Orc Biggins and Savage Orc Biggins, so two Orc Biggins and 1 unit of Savage Orc Biggins, totaling 3, pulling back here, trying to form up a line to fend off these Wild Riders. The Arachnoid Queen once again ordered to retreat back here to again fend off these Wild Riders. Meanwhile, up here, these guys are rearranging to create another front line. And all of this is anti-large. The Arachnoid Queen isn't anti-large specifically, but she'll cause a lot of damage, guaranteed. But the Savage Orc Biggins and the Orc Biggins are all anti-large, so they are forming up on both sides. So that element of surprise has been wasted here, unfortunately. With that said, however, they are charging in, and they're going to try and get through into whatever units they can. The Arachnoid Queen being sent in to respawn, and these Orc Biggins as well as the Savage Orc Biggins trying to fend these guys off as well. And you'll see a great play here. The Arachnoid Queen summons these Spider Hatchlings just in time to slow these guys down. Unfortunately, they're able to push their way through nonetheless, but a good job. They're clumping these guys and slowing them down. And you'll see the Doomdiver Catapults also taking some shots off now at the Wild Riders as they dive into the 8 Picaloonies and the Rusty Errors. So good targeting there, good call. They're trying to shut these units down because they are relatively flimsy. This unit of Wild Riders also pushing into these Savage Orc Arrow Boys. Again, they are also flimsy, so trying to shut whatever they can shut down as soon as possible. And you'll see up here instead, forced to retreat. Very hard to penetrate 2 anti-large units like this, but they will have to try their best. So they sort of tuck in, get that charge bonus damage in, and then pull back and have to rinse and repeat to get some damage done. Meanwhile, over here you'll see at the front line, this unit of Savage Orc Biggins sort of fending off these 2 units of Treekin. And meanwhile, over here, this unit of Orc Biggins fending off not only the Treekin, but also Durthu himself. And Durthu is pushing through. He needs to do a lot of heavy lifting here, so he pushes right through, gets into the back of these Savage Orc Arrow Boys who are currently obstructed. And meanwhile, you'll see we have the first shatter of the day already happened. Now, Itchy Nuisance does go down on these guys, a little bit wasted because these guys are retreating, and now they've completely shattered. And because the edge of the field is so close, they're right off the field. They're not coming back ever. So a little unfortunate there, and that's the risk of deploying so close to the edge of the map. And you'll see over here, this unit of Wild Riders as well, completely giving up as the Orc Warboss does dive in to provide some support to these Savage Orc Arrow Boys. And again, these guys will do decently in melee, so with their frenzy, they were able to fend off the Wild Riders on their own, and of course with the Orc Warboss coming in, it was relatively easy. Now, you'll see the Arachnoid Queen also doing a fair amount of damage from a distance. These Deepwood Scouts trying to get some damage in, but not really doing much. A lot of those arrows hitting these trees and bouncing off, and you'll see these Wild Riders are not having a good time, forcing the retreat on these guys repeatedly, on these Wild Riders as well, constantly having to pull away into some safety. And you'll see over here, Durthu is trying to beat down on the Orc Warboss, getting a decent amount of damage in. He does need to do a lot of heavy lifting. Now, the Sword of Daith does go down, as well as Foe Seeker, because he wants to chase down the Orc Warboss. It's extremely important that the Warboss be taken care of. The only real option that the Wood Elves have here is a leadership approach. They have to try and destroy the Orc Warboss, try and remove whatever units they can from the field. If the Wild Riders can come around and, hit the Arrow Boys or hit the Doomdiver Catapults wherever possible. But you'll see as they try to sneak around, the Arachnoid Queen here summoning another set of Spider Hatchlings while the Doomdiver Catapults continue to open fire. Again, trying to shut down this charge, trying to keep the Wild Riders sort of trapped in place and doing a decent job of it. Those hatchlings will hold them in place. The Doomdiver Catapults do come flying in, cause a fair amount of damage, and the Arachnoid Queen herself as well diving in there to try and cause some hurt. Meanwhile, you'll see these Orc Biggins pushing in, giving chase to the Wild Riders. They want that blood, they want that wah, they want that engagement, because they will come out on top. And you'll see here again another unit of Wild Riders quickly terrified away. The Arachnoid Queen doing her job, and again just needing to push in. The Deepwood Scouts aren't going to cause a lot of trouble here, so the Arachnoid Queen could have just been pushed up here while the Orc Biggins and the Savage Orc Biggins gave chase. And you'll see Durthu continues to try and cause some serious damage here, caught up in the front lines here against these Savage Orc Biggins. Again, doing a decent amount of work, but the Orc War Boss has actually circumvented him completely and is now pushing into the rear, I guess we can call it, to try and support against these 2 units of Wild Riders. So very quickly that rear army has been dismantled, a lot of it has been terrified off, and even the front now is falling. This unit of Treekin is retreating, the other unit of Treekin was retreating earlier and now has largely been forgotten down there, and even if they had been pulled up, there was very little they could do other than force the Greenskins to split their army in 2. But at this point, they so heavily outnumber the Wood Elf army that would not be a concern. The Arachnarok Queen continues to get damage in. You'll see Wa does go down here, trying to make much quicker work of these Wild Riders, just trying to finish the battle off as quickly as possible. And at the same time, these Savage Orc Error Boys continue to open shots off, and these guys as well continue to open shots at Durthu, the Rusty Errors as well, opening shots at Durthu, reducing his armor so that these Savage Orc Biggins could do some more work. Unfortunately, they do get terrified off while these Doomdiver Catapults jump into melee combat. Again, the Greenskins just hungry for tree blood, amber, I suppose. And they're very quickly taking care of the Wood Elf units. Meanwhile, back here, these Savage Orc Biggins chasing down these Deepwood Scouts. The Deepwood Scouts don't stand a chance. They are slower, so no matter how hard they try, they would not be able to run away. Durthu as well, very quickly giving up on the fight here, and you'll see shatters all around the field, and a close victory, the game chooses to call it, for the Greenskins. Relatively decisive, perhaps. TlaxtlanSoothsayer went in with a huge gamble for a crucial battle in this series, and unfortunately, the gamble did not pay off. Ondjage took an army that would shut down any enemy army that relied too heavily on large units. Outside of baiting Ondjage's army apart and finishing units off individually, there wasn't too much of a chance for the Wood Elves, and TlaxtlanSoothsayer's Wild Riders were all right next to the edge of the battlefield, which led to a very easy and quick rout. It was certainly an interesting build, and it would have put up a fight if it wasn't so directly countered. I have to say, good fight by TlaxtlanSoothsayer, keeping it interesting, and ultimately congratulations to Ondjage for winning the For the Dark Gods tournament hosted by Khorne's Champion, taking first place, gold. Well fought, well done by both generals. As always, guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more Total War content and keep sending in those battle replays. I think it is one of the best ways to learn, and it's always fun to see battles from the community, to see how different generals are commanding their troops. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.